Good Friday morning to you. February 10th, 2023. Wrote a book, The Best Gloves on the Baseball Field. All-time defensive player matchups. Book focuses on Hall of Fame position players and their defense. Nothing to do with offense. Here's the question. Who is the best defensive second baseman of all time? Defensive. Don't look at the offensive stats. On defense, how did they perform? This is my third video looking at defensive positions on the baseball field. I've done catchers and first baseman. This video, second baseman. Here are the categories we got to look at. How many games played? Fielding percentage, chances, putouts, assist, double plays, innings, and fewest errors. Who's the best? Who has the best stats? Games played will be the first category. And there are 19 Hall of Fame second basemen. Hall of Famers, there are 19 second basemen. Eddie Collins, Joe Morgan, Roberto Alomar, Nellie Fox, Charlie Gehringer, Bid McPhee, Bill Mazeroski, Nap Lajoie, Ryan Sandberg, Craig Biggio, Bobby Doerr, Red Shehoshinis, never know how to say that name, Billy Herman, Frankie Frisch, Johnny Evers, Rogers Hornsby, Joe Gordon, Tony Lazario, and Jackie Robinson. Who has the most games played at second base? Do you know? Eddie Collins played 2,650 games at second base. Now I'm dealing with Hall of Fame players. I don't know if there's someone else who's not in the Hall of Fame who has more games than Eddie Collins, but he leads. Second was Joe Morgan, then Roberto Alomar, Nellie Fox, and Charlie Gehringer. Bid McPhee, Bill Mazeroski, and Nap Lajoie. The first 8 played over 2,000 games at second base. Who has the best fielding percentage among second basemen in the Hall of Fame? Do you know? Ryan Sandberg, .989 fielding percentage. How many games did he play, Ryan Sandberg? Played 1,995 games. And he has a fielding percentage career of .989. Nellie Fox was 2, Craig Biggio 3, Roberto Alomar 4, and Jackie Robinson 5. All right, let's look at chances. Do you know which second baseman had the most chances? Eddie Collins, 14,591 chances at second base. But here's something I like to do. Since he has the most games and the other players after him do not, let's presuppose that all the 19 second basemen in the Hall of Fame all play the same number of games. And let's look at their percentage of what they did in their career as far as chances. How many chances per game? Who would come out on top if they all played the same number of games? Would Eddie Collins still be number 1, or would it be someone else? Well, I did the math, looked at all the guys. Okay. Eddie Collins leads with 2,650 games played. Let's make all 19 second basemen play 2,650 games. Who has the best percentage of getting chances? You know who it is? Bid McPhee at 6.7 chances per game played. How many games did he play? Bid McPhee. He played 2,129. So for him to have the same number of games as Eddie Collins, what you do is you add 521 more games, so he has the same number as Eddie Collins, right? Figure out what his percentage was. Collins had 14,263 Collins, where is he? How many chances did he have? Collins had 14,591 chances in 2,650 games. How many chances would Bid McPhee get in 2,650 games? Well, we look at his percentage, 6.7 per game. He would have ended up with, you want to hear it? 14,263 is what he had in 2,129. Add 521 more games, and Bid McPhee would have ended up with 17,753. Following me? All the second basemen play the same number of games. Look at the percentage and see what the chances are. What do you think of that? Is that fair to do? I think it's interesting to do. Who came second? Frank Frisch. Third, Nap Lajoie. They're all playing the same number of games as Eddie Collins. You know where Collins ends up? He's 12th out of 19. He had 14,591 chances in 2,650 games. But Big McPhee, if he played 2,650, would have had 3,000 more chances because he averaged 6.7 chances per game. What do you think of that? Bid McPhee wins that one. Let's look at putouts. We can do the same thing. Who has the most putouts among second basemen? Did you know that even though Bid McPhee played 2,129 games, and Eddie Collins has 587 more played, even in putouts, Bid McPhee wins 6,552 putouts for Bid McPhee. And if you add the 521 more games to match the same number of Eddie Collins, he would have ended up with a possible 8,167 putouts. So Bid McPhee wins chances and putouts. What do you think of that? How about assist? Who has the most assist among second basemen? Eddie Collins. He ended up with 7,630 assists. But remember, we're doing the what if and the presupposed position that all the 19 Hall of Famers second basemen play the same number of games. Who wins assist? Who has the best percentage of assists per game played? Do you know who it is? Frankie Frisch wins it. How many games did Frankie Frisch play? He played in 1,762 games. So what do you have to do? You have to add 888 more games so he matches Eddie Collins' 2,650. Did you know that he averaged 3.4 assists per game? he would have ended up with a possible 9,045 assists if he played the same number of games as Eddie Collins. Remember, the most assists all time among second basemen is Eddie Collins, 7,630, but he played the most games. If Frankie Frisch plays 2,650 games, he would have ended up with 9,045 assists because he averaged 3.4 assists per game. Again, on this list, Eddie Collins, if all the 19 play the same number of games, Eddie Collins ranks 12th. What do you think of that one? So Frankie Frisch wins that one. How about double plays? Who has the most double plays among second basemen? Do you know who? I've got it right here in this book. Bill Mazeroski, among all 19 Hall of Fame second basemen, has 1,706 double plays. And how many games did he play? He played 2,094. But let's have all the 19 play 2,650. Who would have ended up with the most double plays? This is a fun one. Jackie Robinson would have won that. Why? He averaged 0.83 double plays per game played. Now, how many games did Jackie Robinson play? He played 748, so that's way low behind all the other guys, right? So if Jackie Robinson wanted to match the same number of games as Eddie Collins, he would have had to have played 1,902 games. But according to his percentage of what he did in 748 games, 0.83 double plays per game, he would have ended up with 2,185 double plays if he played 2,650 games. And he would have been number one. And he would have beat Bill Mazeroski's 1,706. Because if Bill Mazeroski plays the 2,650 games, he would have ended up with 2,161. But Jackie Robinson beats him, because Jackie ends up with 2,185. Wow, that's a difference of about 24. Close. Mazeroski had a 0.82 double plays per game play. Who has the most innings among second basemen? Eddie Collins, obviously. Why? Because he's in the most games. So he has 23,516 innings played at second base. Whew, that's a lot. Joe Morgan was second, Nellie Fox third, Alomar fourth, and Charlie Gehringer 5. There's no what if on the innings. It's just straight up. They did it. All right, here's another one. Fewest errors at second base in your career. Turns out that Jackie Robinson only had 68 errors at second base, but he only played 748 games. If we do the all 19 play 2,650 games, who has the best percentage of having the fewest errors at second base? You know who? Ryan Sandberg. Sandberg played 1,995 games at second base. He's still short of Eddie Collins by about 700. So if we added the games that Ryan Sandberg, we have to add 655 more games for him to play 2,650. He still comes out on top with the fewest errors. 0.06 errors per game played in his career. He would have ended up with a possible 148 errors, and that beats everybody else. Ryan Sandberg. Alomar was second, Biggio third, Fox fourth, Red Shoshkini fifth. What can we say about second baseman? Who's the best? Well, here's what we have to do at the end here. Final ranking. Take all 19, see where they ended up in all the categories. Did they end up first, second, third? Did they end up 5th, 10th, 19th? All right, let's see. As far as second baseman, who comes out on top as the best? Well, you have to do all the categories: games played, fielding percentage, chances, putouts, assists, double plays, innings, and fewest errors. Where did they rank in all that? I did that. You know who came out the best ranking, the lowest score? Nellie Fox ranked 4th in games played, 2nd in fielding percentage, 11th in chances, 4th in putouts, 17th in assist, 6th in double plays, 3rd in innings played, and 4th in fewest errors. So he has a score of 51. And that was the lowest among all the 19. The lowest score indicates that you ranked number 1. Who was second? Bill Mazeroski. I'll tell you the scores, okay? Nellie Fox, 51. Bill Mazeroski, 52. Just missed out. Charlie Gehringer, 53. Bobby Doerr, 60. Bid McPhee, 71. Frankie Frisch, 71. Roberto Alomar, 73. Ryan Sandberg, 73. Red Shashowski, 75. Joe Morgan, 78. Eddie Collins, 78. Billy Herman, 79. Nap Lajoie, 83. Jackie Robinson, 89. Joe Gordon, 91. Craig Biggio, 94. Roger Hornsby, 105. Tony Lazario, 113. And Johnny Evers, 126. As to the top 19, according to rankings, you add their ranking score, and whatever the number is, you list them. Is Nellie Fox the greatest second baseman defensively of all time? Because according to games played, fielding percentage, chances, putouts, assist, where he ranked, double plays, innings, and fewest errors, he came out number 1. Is that fair? I think it's interesting. The stats prove the point. Now, you would say maybe Ryan Sandberg because of his fielding percentage, and he did. He ranked number 1 in fielding percentage, but he ranked number 9 in games played, 16th in chances, 19th in putouts, 6th in assists, 12th in double plays, 9th in innings, and 1 in fewest errors. But Nellie Fox was right up there in all the categories. Games played, fielding, chances, putouts, assists, double plays, innings, and fewest errors. He's right up there at the top. Do I consider Nellie Fox the greatest second baseman of all time defensively? We're not looking at the offense. We know Ryan Sandberg had MVP. We know Nap Lajoie had over 3,000 hits. Roger Hornsby batted 400 3 times. And a 358 lifetime bat. We're not looking at the offense. I'm focusing on the defense. Would you agree with me that even though Eddie Collins played the most games at second base, would you agree that Nellie Fox is better defensively than Eddie Collins at second base? Well, according to the rankings of his fielding and chances and putouts and assists and double plays and fewest errors, he ranked higher than Eddie Collins. Number 2 was Bill Mazeroski. He was pretty good. Charlie Gehringer, 3rd. Bobby Doerr, 4th. And Bid McPhee, 5. You know, Big McPhee was number 1 in chances and in putouts. Frankie Frisch was number 1 in assist. Ryan Sandberg was number 1 in fewest errors. And in double plays, I thought this was interesting. Jackie Robinson was #1 in double plays. Eddie Collins wins in, he was #1. Where is Eddie? Right here on my list. He was #1 in games played and innings. But he's 12th in fielding percentage and 12th in chances, 13th in assists, 18th in double plays. See, so that lowered him. Elijah, he was a hitter. Over 3,000 hits. But he was only 8th in games played, 17th in fielding. See, I'm looking at the defense. Who would have thought that Nellie Fox would beat all these 19 guys in the Hall of Fame? I never thought of that. Anyway, that's my analysis on the defense. Agree or disagree? Who would you take as the best second baseman of all time defensively? You got to look at Ryan Sandberg. I would look at him. Smooth. Bill Mazeroski, I didn't know about him. Charlie Gehringer was pretty good. And Bid McPhee. Hornsby and Lajoie were the hitters, and they were the dominant average guys, batting average. But when it comes to defense, they're ranking lower than these other guys. Anyways, that's second baseman. My next video will be third base. No. Yeah, third base. Then I'll do shortstop. Then I'll do left field, center field, right field, and then I'll do pitching. It's all in this book, available on Amazon. Thanks for tuning in here. I'm out.